Can you hear my neighbor? Hello. So we've got a battle for P4 and P1. Two McLarens against two Ferraris against a McLaren, and Aston another McLaren for P4 against the Mercedes of Crispy Jam. Sense has to get his battery up to top-notch shape for him to defend. Let's see what he has there. Don't think he should be betting now. He needs to save for the main straight, the longest main straight on the F1 calendar. Out of turn 13, with 6 tenths to gain. Bit too far. He's gonna take for the lunge now. He's not gonna lunge it. Is the Ferrari's gonna swap again? I don't think so. But Dwyer at the exit of turn 15 for Spinnekop and Jonka. And he fancies that. No, he doesn't fancy it at turn 1. So back to the Astons. So it looks like there's a battle for the last point in the sprint. Blowfield against Dinfig. Oh, and he needs to overcorrect there. I think that cost him the overtake on this lap. He needs to set it up and try again on lap 7. Bit forward, let's look at Gambit. I think he has a high downforce rear wing. That's gonna hurt him on this long main straight. Almost misses his braking point into apex. Oh, and we have an oversteer, an overcorrection. What's gonna happen on the last turn? Ah, and this almost contact. Doesn't take it yet, but yeah. Almost missed out on an overtake, and this almost overtake. Yeah. Goes a bit wide. Now he just needs to stay close and force an error from Sensor to get the overtake, and he has a teammate with him that can help him secure the win for Ferrari. Bit wide at the apex. He needs to get closer to small lockup from Sensorfold. Let's see what he can do. Oh no. Bit of oversteer for Sensorfold. Will John capitalize? No, he won't. I think it's a bit far. I think he needs about 5 tenths to get the overtake. The battle gonna be between the Ferraris though. Oh, there's contact. Jonko hits Sensorfold and he loses a bit of front wing. Is this gonna cost him podium? Because that looks like a lot of front wing. Surely he needs to pit. 11 laps to go. Let's see what the damage is. Yeah, that's a big chunk, not only the end plate, eh? That's gonna hurt him in the first and second sector. Already out of DRS from his teammate. Let's see if Spinnerkop can do anything. But I'm sure that Jonko needs to pit for that. That's gonna bring him right out into the midfield. He's gonna be lucky if he gets podium. Let's see, 5 tenths. Can he do it? He still has a lot of battery left. Oh, and no, I don't think he's gonna go. Spinnerkorp's battery is depleted. Unless he goes for the lunge. He's gonna go for the lunge. No, he's not. Oh, and there's contact again. Both Ferraris lose the front wings. So it's gonna be a double stack maybe for the Ferraris. I think this one is in Sensifol's hands. He takes the sprint win. Just needs to keep his head calm, and he can bring this home for 8 points for McLaren. That should move Rager up to P2. Double podium for McLaren. First sprint of Tier 2, and it's going sideways for McLaren, for Ferrari. Both of the Ferraris, no DRS, front wing damage. This is a sweet day for McLaren. They were split by Sensifold at the beginning of the sprint. He's still trying to cling on to that DRS. Let's see if he can make it within 1 second over the detection line. I think it's going to be a bit too far. Detection line is after turn 11, so it's going to be around about, yeah. Look for the white line. Yeah, there it is. No, he doesn't have DRS. Jonko is just losing time to the second McLaren in P4. It's only a matter of time until that overtake happens. Maybe he can salvage it and just stay out and hold on to P6 or P7. Get some points for Ferrari in the first sprint. I doubt it. Surely they need to pit. This front wing is gonna hurt him into turn 1 and 2. Lot of understeer. Now he needs to wait for that car to rotate. There's no front end grip. He gets a decent exit out of turn 3. Heading to turn 6. A bit of a lock-up, he hits the apex perfectly. If his teammate can hold up the second McLaren, maybe they can get a podium still for Ferrari. It's going to be hard, but it's doable. There goes the overtake, should we missed it. And we can take it back just for the sake of keeping his teammate on the podium in P2, get those 7. Oh, and we have a DNF. What happened here? It's gonna be a safety car. Listen to the watch out for the punches, eh? No, it's only yellow. Yellow's gone. No safety car. That would have played nicely into Spinnerkop and the two Ferrari's hands. Minimize the damage, but unluckily for them, there's no safety car. I think it's a bit too late now. We needed to pit when the damage happened, eh? gonna cost him 7 seconds in the pits. Changing the front wing, getting that front axle to get grip again. Fresher tires, maybe he can catch up. No, oh, there was contact between Team Fergie and someone. We don't know yet. We'll see that in the incident reports. Almost into the points for Cloaksy. If he and Smuckster gets into a battle, I think that could be an opportunity for Cloaksy to get in the points. He still has a 3-second penalty hanging over his head. He can't serve that in the pits. He'll have to serve that at the end of the race, which means it will be added up to his final time. Yeah, and the McLaren at front, he's A4 away. He has this win in his pocket if he can keep a cool head and bring this home. Double podium for McLaren, who would have thought? 7 seconds to get to Spinnaker within 7 laps. So he should be a second a lap quicker than the sole remaining Ferrari in the front. Look at the time on 37.4. Let's see at Draeger. 37.5, so 0.1, so 1/10 slower than Spinnaker. That's not what he wants. He wants a second faster than the Ferrari to take P2 to get a double podium and most points for McLaren. Oh, side by side, nice. Nice. Mercedes is having a blast out there, up from 5 positions, so he started in P9, P10, out of the points, and he's getting 4 points if he finishes in 4th. Let's see, maybe he can Blopel do an overtake on Gambit, yeah? 7/10. Gambit's a bit wide at turn 14. I think he's gonna do the overtake. He slows. DRS opens. All of that rear load goes away, and he gets it done. He misses the apex. Almost contact between them. Now just needs to keep hold of that position into turn 16. No, that's gonna stuck. Sorry. Tries to break it though. Seems like the only battle is here for P5. McLaren's mitigated their advantage with that collisions into the rear of that McLaren. Let's see what the timing pages say. Circuit 2 is going to be a 54.98. So he needs to get a 54.98 or better. So he's looking at the 53 or 54 to get that P2 spot in the first sprint for Tier 2. Let's look at the timing pages again. 137.4. Let's hit to Reiger and see what he can get. 137.8 is still 14 slower than the Ferrari. So I think that the Ferrari will hold on to P2, but the team standings will change and it will be McLaren at the top, followed by Ferrari if everything stays the same. 5 laps to go Only 3 seconds penalty for the whole grid. Eh? Better than Tier 1. Shame on you guys. Only battle is here for P5 again. Let's see what happens here on the main straight. I think he's going to do the overtake. 3 tenths between them before the DRS. But it looks like there's a bit of front wing damage to Blopel in the Williams. We can just get to Crispy Jam. Gambit doesn't fancy the overtake now. Maybe we'll do it into turn 1. He was quite set on the overtake there. It would have been an easy one. Let's see, maybe he fancies it now. Good exit. Burns the ERS with the DRS open. Doesn't fancy it either into turn 1. Tries to go around. Oh, that's close. A lot of understeer on the dirty part of the track. Goes for the inside. The outside becomes the inside into turn 3, eh? Bit of oversteer, turn 4 doesn't. No. Maybe it doesn't fancy it into turn 6. Only 4 tenths separating. That will hurt his tires. He needs to get this overtake if he wants P5. There's no dirty air at 3 seconds for Blopel, but he doesn't have the advantage of DRS. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Let's go and see what happened there. I think he spun out. Smith spun out, yeah? Now it's Stokesy into the points. 1 point for P8, 0 for P9. So it's going to be the battle for the last point for the sprint race. Although that Stokesy already has a 3-second penalty, but he has pressure tires. I think he pitted on lap 3, if I'm not mistaken. And he spun out again. I think these tires are cooked, eh? There goes the last point out of his touch, out of his reach. Maybe Dean Fergie can capitalize on this and get that 1 point for RB. Just needs to get into 3 seconds of the Sauber to lock in that 1 point for the sprint. He spun out again. He spun out again. Maybe he had contact with the diffuser or the floor. Something's wrong with this car because spinning out that much. That shouldn't be possible only on 16 laps. The tire deck isn't that high. Well done to Blopel with a damaged front wing. Doesn't have the advantage of the DRS. Doesn't have the advantage of the car in front of him with the slipstream. And still manages to keep Gambit at bay. Well done on the defense. And smacks the DNFs. He retires in the pits. He said, "Nee, hier is het om kak." We feel you, buddy. Let's see if he fancies it now. I think there's too much of load on that rear wing. Even if the DRS opens, it won't mitigate the downforce it generates. Because it's not only from the rear wing, but also from the front floor, the front wing that flows over the sideboards and underneath the car. Gets a good exit from a second. And the second McLaren just can't seem to find the grip and the pace and the line to get back at Spinnekop. like things stand now, you won't get that P2. I think it's sealed and the Ferrari will get this P2. Although they could have won, they bottled it at the end of lap 8 and 9. This dead is gonna kill these front tires. He needs to get the overtake done before the end of the race. He's still holding on to it. He has a lot of battery left. He just needs to deploy, get in front of that Williams, and the rest will take care of itself. Dirty air with a damaged front wing is not a good combination. Just needs to hold his line, stay at the back of that Williams, get the slipstream, open the DRS, and burn that battery. He's not deploying the battery. Misses the braking point, misses the apex, and goes a bit wide. That will hurt your time when you scrape that floor alongside that thingy there. At 39.09, 2 seconds slower than the front runners. That does it 37. But I've oversteered there, understeered there. He's fast in the slow corners, but that kills him on the straights. I think he'll do some setup adjustments for the main race on Saturday. So he's in DRS, he's in the points. Slopes, he needs to clear this gap of 3 seconds to keep that 1 point for Sauber. 1 lap remaining, 2 laps remaining. But that Sauber is struggling out there, even with the fresher tires. I think there's an overtake coming on the back straight now. Head down to Gambit and Blopel again and see if he can get the overtake done on this lap. Maybe he's just saving up and trying to do the overtake on the last lap. Maybe he struggles depending on the straight, so he wants to do it on the last lap and secure that last point for Aston Martin, or that 3 points for Aston Martin. Oh, and Dean Fergie spun out. He spun out. So is that the point for Sauber putting them on the scoreboard? Well, it looks like. Dean has to pull a massive lap here to get that last point. 3 seconds in 1 lap, that's not possible. Surely it's not possible. Let's head down to the only battle remaining, and that's for P5 between Gambit and Blopel. Minus van Pretoria. To keep the power down as late as possible, get onto the brakes, down to the 3rd gear, on the throttle, flat out through here. Hit the brake as hard as you can, down to the 2nd gear. Oversteer. Now he needs to plant that foot, deploy that battery for all it's worth, and get the overtake done to get that extra point and put them ahead of Williams. He needs to go for the lunge. He's gonna go for the lunge. No, he's not. Yeah, he goes for the lunge. He's gonna go around the outside. So it's gonna be a drag race to the finish. Last corner coming up, turn 16. Who's gonna get it? Oh, and they oh fuck. This is gonna upset him. He loses 2 spots, only 2 points. This is gonna upset him. Admins, you're gonna have your work cut out for you. Come on, bud. Get it onto the track. We can't hear him, but he's mooring that that steering wheel of him, eh? And that's your point scorers for today. P1 for Sensifold, followed by Spinnakop, then Weiger. That finishes your top 3 and your podium. Thanks, guys. So that's your tier 1 race, tier 1 sprint race. First one for season 2. Hope you enjoyed.